it kind of started, I think, back sort of playing Foursquare in elementary school, listening to Beastie Boys, you know? I think that's sort of where everything started for me. I used to freestyle, and my friend Rashi, he would beatbox, and so it kind of started off in hip-hop land, and obviously later on in life I started learning, you know, various instruments and started moving into other forms of music, and, you know, went through many phases of music, but one of the main things that have stuck with me is classical music. I mean, I pretty much listen to classical music most throughout the day. Russian composers like Prokofiev, and modern guys like Debussy, and even, you know, traditional guys like Beethoven and stuff. But that music, it's very linear. It's you know, the highest form almost in a lot of ways of the old musics, and so I love it. But I also love, you know, with hip hop and stuff like that, I love the grooves, and, you know, so it's sort of, I think, more and more every day it's trying to sort of just feel the grooves, but also have that sort of linear, you know, classical element to it. That actually, the looping thing is actually very brand new. I like when I play in Nashville, since Nashville has a big draw of musicians, and I want to always have a string section. That's my main thing. So the first thing is see if my string players can play, and then sort of fill out the rhythm section, drums and bass and stuff. The looping thing started just by being on tour, and, you know, like here at Sundance, like I can't just fly everybody up, you know, just yet. So you just have to learn to do it all yourself. What it has turned into, though, is now when I do go home, you know, I'm working on the next record and stuff like that, I will just, like, you know, beatbox into it and find a beat. Like, you know, I'm starting some of these songs more groove based than I normally do. Normally I sort of start with the melody. It's usually a string melody. Like the song Dark Hotel starts out with the cello part, and that sort of formed the rest of the song. But lately it's like, you know, start with the groove, and then once that groove's going, then I will sit down at the piano and stuff and start to write around that groove. And it's making a new thing, which is good. And it's also forcing me not to have 10 slow songs on the record, because the problem is, like, whenever I finish a song, it's usually like 2 in the morning when you're really mellow, and then you have like 12 really mellow songs, and so it's crazy. Yeah. Man, well, I think, I mean, Frank Darabont is great. Shawshank Redemption is one of my favorite films ever. And, like, film scores, I mean, I love Danny Elfman, of course. He's one of my favorite. I don't know, there's a lot of directors. What I would like to do is find, you know, have an independent director who really digs what I do and stuff. Sort of get that sort of team that, like that Tim Burton, Danny Elfman team is a great, you know, it's almost like Tim Burton found, like, the music that would be able to sort of musically score all of his films for most of the time. So it'd be cool to find a director, team up with a guy like that sort of feels like this can speak, you know, as well as the actors and stuff for their films.